A fifth Disney gate in Florida is on the minds of Disney, according to new documents that were recently filed.
Yeah, so a new plan was released by the Central Florida Tourism Oversight District. That long name. And in Disney World that outlines plans for the area into 2045. And this does include a fifth park. Now, it says that only one major theme park is allowed between 2035 and 2045. And two minor theme parks during that same time frame, which would be like the size of like water park.
Right.
This does not mean that there are plans currently in the works for new parks. It just means that the district is allowing them to do it.
Yeah, I think some people read that when this was almost, I felt like it was a rehash of a story last year where they had talked about this.
So they redid this plan. So this is a newer kind of plan.
Yeah.
But it's so I guess it's just kind of updated. But the fact that like they are saying, yeah, you can build a fifth gate if you want to now, is cool. But I don't know. Like, do you think that they'll announce? I mean, that's 10 years away from this 10-year time frame. Do you think that they'll announce a fifth gate coming in the next couple of years?
No.
I
don't think there's any chance. I think a fifth gate. First off, the current maintenance levels around Disney World as a whole are not where they need to be. Throw in another gate on top of that is just going to be a mess. I mean, it just even worse. And I actually don't think a fifth gate makes any sense in this current environment where you have Universal being much more competitive. They're going to continue to expand and do things. There's not enough vacation days for people that are going to Orlando in general. And now at this point where like Disney and Universal share an audience, I mean, I don't think that's outlandish to say that a lot of people go to Universal and Disney. A fifth gate would essentially just mean more than likely, like say Animal Kingdom or some other park would just see a massive drop off in attendance. I don't think there's an appetite or a demand for 5 parks at Disney World. I just don't think there's not enough there to support it.
Is there any other place that's such a touristy place like Disney World that has that much, I guess, that many parks, that many theme parks, or that many entertainment options?
Not on Disney's level. Not on that level, no.
So it's just kind of like out of the realm of like what would be reasonable?
I think a more feasible option is if you look at Animal Kingdom, you look at Hollywood Studios, even Epcot in many cases. Like there's still areas of those parks that need to be expanded and improved upon before you even look at a fifth gate. Yeah. I just don't think, again, most people have 5 vacation days. And that's what most people are looking at. So essentially by building a fifth gate, Disney would be assuming that they would only be coming to Disney World and spending all 5 days there. Plus you have the water parks there. So that means the water parks those would see a massive drop off if that was the case. And again, the realistic reality is just simply, especially with like Epic Universe and all the new things Universal is doing, like people are more than likely than ever either to split time or go majority of the time at Disney, partial time at Universal or vice versa. I just don't think between the two destinations now a fifth gate makes any sense. Not to mention the money it would cost, which is going to be, Epic Universe is about $7 billion. So
you're saying like instead of them thinking, well, we'll just force people to just stay on Disney property and like not having you have the option to on any other theme parks, that keep them in Disney and just do all, if they're going to be a fifth one of 5 theme parks. Do you think that would be a feasible thing for some people to do? Be like, well, there's 5 theme parks now. I won't have time to go to Universal. That's okay. Or do you think they'll be like, well, I just won't go to Animal Kingdom, or I just won't go to Epcot.
Well,
and then I'll make room for the other parks.
I think that's the likely scenario is they would just drop off. I don't think most people are going to look to go to 5 parks necessarily in just the same destination in a given week.
That makes me so tired to think about that.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
And you can make an argument now of just like 4 parks. Again, like Animal Kingdom needs a lot more stuff to do. Hollywood Studios is a park of dead ends at this point. Like it's just, there's a lot of areas of both those parks in particular that can be brought up to speed. I just had never thought, I think I look at the fifth gate. I'm not saying they'll never do it. Maybe that 2035, 2045 time period is a time they might do it. I don't think there's any chance any time before it. Like there have been some theme park analysts that literally make money by being, quote, a theme park analyst that are quoted in major newspapers that will say Disney's going to announce a fifth gate this year. No, they're not. They're not going to do it. They're already spending as much money as they're spending, expanding all these lands that they're, all the stuff they're doing in the existing parks for the next decade, essentially. So the earliest time frame would be that 2035, 2045. So that timeline does add up in terms of what they could announce it. I just, there's so much that could happen between then and now.
Yeah.
And I just think all that's going to happen between then and now is Universal is going to continue to just eat into more market share more than likely. And I'm not saying that they'll ever get to Disney's level, but I think it's just a new reality of Orlando is that it's not solely just a Disney thing now. I think maybe 10, 15 years ago, you could have made a better argument for a fifth gate than you could.
Well, we thought maybe they would.
Than you could now.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. I mean, think about all the people. Like, if they opened a fifth park, it would be even busier.
Maybe.
Something else the plan kind of outlined was they basically allowed for adding less hotel rooms. They took out some of the, from the revised plan or whatever, it took out some hotel rooms, I think by 4,000 rooms or something. So I don't think they're going to build as many hotels in the next 10 years, 20 years.
Yeah. I mean, you're kind of hitting the point now where how many more hotels can you really build?
You can keep going.
I mean, you can. Well, and I think really if this is something they are looking at, which it's hard to know with the Tourism Oversight District, which is how much of this is Disney and how much of this is just them. Sometimes they do things kind of for Disney's, I guess, looking out for Disney. So it's not necessarily being done by Disney themselves, like the Brightline train line, where the Oversight Board is saying they maybe want to be a part of that, where Disney previously under Chapek, they opted out of it because they wanted to be the only stop.
Right.
And they didn't get it, so they dropped out. So they may do some things that even if Disney's not on board with it. But I think really how the only feasible scenario to me is in the next 10 years, how are things looking in Orlando? Are things booming? If things are really going good and the parks are like they were in 2018, 2019, that's a possibility. A lot of it's going to be dependent upon how these new lands are received. How does the attendance do? There's so many unknowns. It's hard to say. I just think as it is right now, in the next 10 years, they're not going to announce a new theme park. I don't think. I don't think they will. I think there's much other things they can do.
But they could if they wanted to.
Yeah. But potentially it is there.
Okay.
I just don't think it'll happen, but we'll see.